Most people, when they think about healing their trauma, they will think they've got to go back to the past and you have to relive it and you have to go over those memories over and over and over. However, in order to actually truly heal the five different bodies that we have, we need to ensure that our inner child actually feels safe within to be able to process that trauma. Your inner child is 4 years of age. They are, for me, what I call your true operating system. So even if you don't remember everything between 0 and 9, I want you to know that your energetic inner child, who is not you in a photo at any point, they remember the stuff even you don't. And what I'd love to share with you today is it's only been in the last year, because I've got a lovely, calm, regulated nervous system, that I've actually been able to do some of the deepest healing of my life. And what I've begun to understand, and I'm sharing with you today, is that the more that I've healed that deep trauma, the more warmer my body has become within. And they call that the ventral vagal state. And if you are someone who understands polyvagal theory, you will understand that your central nervous system is all connected to do with the vagus nerve and polyvagal theory. But often when we talk about the past, what we're doing is we are re-traumatizing ourselves. How many times have you been sat in talk therapy? And I want to say it has a point, but I will honestly tell you, and as a client shared with me last night in a session, the 20 years of therapy she had, it didn't help her. It kept her in a traumatized state. I've been in therapy and had 13 different counsellors in my life, sectioned twice. Did it help me? It actually made me worse. But it does have a point. Every version of therapy has a point. But you'll only do the deep, deep healing, and your inner child will only truly let go when they feel safe. How many of you have had energy work? How many of you had Reiki and you feel great and you're okay for a couple of weeks, and then what happens? Those things start to surface again. And what I know to be true for myself is, even when I've done things like EFT and tapping, my inner child has had to understand what they are letting go of before I've been able to actually release the trauma in my body. And a client I worked with last night said, "Oh my God, that makes so much sense, Kel." She goes, "I had an energy healing session with somebody 2 weeks ago, and actually the trigger came back on Friday." And she said, "I don't understand it though. I've seen an energy healer." And I went, "Yes, but your inner child doesn't understand why you need to let go of trauma that they have not fully processed yet." And that's where I will again say, ensuring your inner child feels safe before you reparent is the biggest thing that you will ever do in your whole entire life. Making your inner child feel safe is something only you can do. Nobody else can make your inner child feel safe. No top of the range alarm system is going to make you feel safe. No huge, big, massive dog. We all know people that have got massive dogs, and we know people like that. Even those of you that have got a Ring doorbell, even those of you that have got massive state-of-the-art CCTV systems, none of that actually makes you feel safe. Safety is a physiological state and it's a feeling inside. And you'll know that safety for your inner child, that is created through consistency. And if you are somebody that has got a massive abandonment wound and you've got huge rejection issues, you struggle with injustice, you struggle with all kinds of things regarding relationships, for me, all of those things that are issues come from your beautiful, gorgeous inner child. So your inner child, regardless of what your childhood was like when you were growing up, they need to see you in the morning and at night and weekly. And if you can't do every day, that's okay. But for those of you that do a meditation here, And then you go and do an inner child meditation a couple of weeks later. And then you might do inner child work 6 weeks later. Let me tell you, as an inner child practitioner, you're actually abandoning your inner child by not consistently being with them. And what I always say to any of my clients, and I share a lot on my videos, is when you do start working with your inner child, please tell them your name and your age, because your inner child doesn't actually know that they live inside of you. Your inner child will think that you are 6 or 7 years of age. They won't know that you are 46, 42, 38, whatever. But what is important is, in order to make your body feel safe, your inner child needs to see you over and over. Do activities with them. Imagine them by your side. That's one of the greatest parts of inner child work. Your imagination, you don't have one? That lives in your inner child. If you're somebody who wants to feel the creativity and you really want to make a difference in your life, then work with your gorgeous inner child. Because all of those things live inside your gorgeous, beautiful inner child. And this video is just honest. I have done so much healing in the last few months with not only my inner child, but other parts of me. But I'm sharing that my nervous system had to be lovely and regulated and calm before my inner child truly felt safe to go back to the past. And if you've seen my recent video, and I'll link it up here for you, on soul retrieval, I actually went home and collected the parts of myself that I knew I'd left behind. But I was only able to do the soul retrieval work because I made my body feel safe first. So if you want to process and heal your trauma, start working on making your inner child feel safe. Because I want you just to take this from me today. I want you to think about a 4-year-old child on a swing. And I want you to think about, you're just going to go and tap on them. Because that's what you're doing. If you're doing EFT and the child doesn't know, your subconscious mind, you can call it that as well, doesn't know, it's not going to let go. Imagine pulling out energy. A lot of people do this, okay? Imagine pulling out that energy and your inner child has no way of understanding what's going on. It's going to change how they feel inside. So maybe that answers some of your questions why you'll go for Reiki. You'll have pranic healing. You'll have various energy channelings. You'll clear the energy. I know so many people that go, oh, I've cleared the energy. That's beautiful. But take it from me that your inner child will just call that energy back. It will say, there is a part of me missing. And that's because your inner child needs to be reparented. And you're the only person that can do that. Ain't no man who's 6'4" gonna make you feel safe. The only person who can make you feel safe is you. And like I say, that starts from you showing up on a really regular basis. So if you do one thing today from this video, make working with your inner child a more consistent thing. Show up for them. Be the mum and dad they always wanted that they never had. Because once your inner child feels safe, then you can reparent them. Then you can go back to the past. And that's when you're going to stop looping. Because that is honestly why so many of you loop. That's why you go back over things and over things and over things. Because your inner child doesn't understand what you do. Update your inner child. Your inner child knows nothing. I promise you. They are still stuck in that moment in time, or a part of you is. Anyway, I hope this video has helped, because for me, truly, I am living proof that I have done some of the deepest healing of my life, specifically in the last 3 months, but only because my body feels nice and safe and warm. I am gorgeously warm in my body 24/7. They call that the ventral vagal state. And I'm gorgeously warm because my inner child feels safe inside of me. You can do it. Subscribe to my videos. I've got so many teaching videos. And if you want one-to-one personal help, come and do a session with me. I actually get it. And I can actually teach you the tools that you will need forever, because that's what I do. I don't keep you attached to me. I simply teach you what to do, and then off you go. And you can use those tools forever. Anyway, I hope this video has helped. I'm going to let YouTube pick a video just up there. And I'll catch you soon. Take care. Cheers. Ta-da. Bye-bye.